After 7 o'clock, men were just commiserating on food there. That's just what we do. Joining us in studio this morning for Church on the Move, we have Pastor Sean Kelly and also youth pastor Tim Aguilar as well.
Sir.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Mike. How's it going?
Doing great. How about yourselves?
Very, very
Fantastic.
Good.
Fantastic.
I know I always say this, and I know I've said it with you guys before, but I'm sorry, as a Christian, this is it. This is our Super Bowl, man. This is
right.
This is. I know Christmas. We celebrate Christmas, and I'm not trying to downplay Christmas. All right? I'm not trying to do that. Christmas, the birth of Jesus, important event. We celebrate it. I love the time with family. It's a great. But in terms of Christianity, the whole reason we're Christians, why Christianity exists, is because of Easter.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So, and I'm not saying we don't celebrate Easter, because we do, but I don't know, I just think as a society we put so much stock in Christmas and all that, and I think it almost takes away from Easter a little bit, where at the end of the day, as Christians, this is our Super Bowl. This is a Shangri-La. This is the whole reason we're here as Christians, is because of what happens Easter weekend. You know, Good Friday and Easter, that part of, that's the basis of Christianity right there. You know?
Right, the death and resurrection of Jesus. There's nothing bigger.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly. So I always wonder, it's like, and we got great stuff, but I just don't know, why don't we treat it like Christmas? I mean, in terms of the way we celebrate it, the way we put, Christmas is a season.
Right.
Easter's a weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
for sure.
And I never quite understood why we as society did it that way. I know there's rituals and things and why the evolution of all this. I get all that. But when you talk about historical significance, Easter's it. It's the big one.
I think probably societally, because Christmas sells Christmas presents.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of commercial involved.
Yeah, the rest of the world jumped on. Yeah.
TVs and motorcycles and things are a lot more big ticket items than hard-boiled eggs and candy.
Right. There's so much chocolate around you, right?
Yeah.
Although the older you get, the more you're leaning to want the candy and less on the other stuff.
The cool thing about that, though, is Easter really is about going to church.
Exactly.
Like that's a
celebration.
That's the other side of it. Yeah. The celebration is throughout the weekend.
And to be honest, if you look at in terms of the story of Christianity, the history of Christianity, it's the highest and lowest moments all in the same weekend or in the same time period, because at the end of the day, for us to have Easter, we have to have Good Friday.
Yeah.
And as all Christians know and everyone knows, I mean, what Jesus did for us, it's brutal. It's
absolutely.
It's savage. It's the most hard things to wrap around in a human's brain that took place, and he went through it for us, and he came out on the other side smelling like a rose. And that's ta-da! Yeah. The miracle is proof right there.
Can you imagine the Saturday in waiting? Like what's happening? Everybody's kind of dispersed. Everybody's just kind of like, and then there's a Saturday, a full day. You're just sitting there, just like, not even twiddling your thumbs, but these guys were in hiding.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that Saturday like?
They were prosecuted. They were, public enemy number one. They were on the hunt. They were, they were spreading propaganda. They were spreading, this is, sounds a lot like today's world sometimes, doesn't it? But anyway.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
But and then to Easter morning and the tomb's empty, and like, whoa. That was not all a story. That was not all. You know what I mean?
He meant it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He went wrong.
Right.
To people who believed in him, and then of course there are people who were spreading lies and saying, this thing or that thing. As always, a lot of untruth about Jesus and the followers of Jesus being thrown out there.
So when you have fun Good Friday at Church on the Move and come out to Easter services and have your fun, Easter egg hunts and Sunday dinners and all that stuff, please enjoy all that. Spend your time with family. Love on your family.
Sure.
Be there. But let's not forget, we're all here celebrating and doing this because of Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
And that's the reason.
Absolutely.
And we celebrate, it's interesting as Christians because we have an opportunity where we get to celebrate. We don't celebrate his death per se.
Sure.
But we celebrate what he did in his death.
Sacrifice.
Because his death and his sacrifice of death, is exactly right, because he gave his life Nobody took it from him.
Yeah.
That wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But Jesus gave his life, and whenever he did, he took all of our sin, sickness, death. Man, he conquered it all.
Yeah.
In one fell swoop, and so we get to celebrate that. So that's what we're looking to do on Good Friday.
Yeah. So family night, fun night, Good Friday, family night happening at Church on the Move, which, by the way, if you're not familiar, Good Friday is a week from today.
That's right.
If you're thinking, is that tonight? No, you got a week. You're okay. You're not
This
late
weekend's
yet.
Palm Sunday. That's right.
Palm Sunday.
That's right.
But come on out. It's going to start, about 5, I think? Yeah, 5:30. And it's just going to be an action-packed, fun night full of stuff. You're going to have a petting zoo out there with a bunch of animals that kids can come, and it's not just like dogs and cats. It's like kangaroos and exotic animals.
Zebras. And
yaks and things like that. Which, by the way, I was thinking I think I was doing the commercial, and I was like, zebras, yaks, and I'm like, whoever named the yak kind of gave it a raw deal, I mean, everyone's kind of going around like, ooh, kangaroo, ooh, zebra, yak, ooh. I'm good. I don't see a yak.
I'll pass.
Someone gave him a raw deal on the yaks, but anyway, it's going to be that. There's going to be the food trucks. There's going to be games. You guys are going to have the Let's Play surfboards and the jolly jumps and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You'll have. I mean, it's just a family fun night. You want to bring the family out. Come on out, enjoy some food, enjoy some games, enjoy some family friendly fellowship and hanging out, meeting other people, and really that's what Good Friday is all about here, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely. We have some stuff, lots of stuff for the kids. I mean, really kind of covering as many bases as we can, from little kids up to teenagers.
Gotcha.
We're doing a little like paintball shoot up some Easter eggs and color them up.
You're going to be a lot of adults that are going to want to get on the paintball. It's not going to be just the kids.
Like, this is to help my little one.
Yeah. Well, you know what's going to happen? Teens talk smack.
Of course, yeah.
Dads talk smack too.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, I saw you out there, but if you did, and next thing you know, you got dad versus son, or you got neighbor's kid versus, going.
Really, we're there just to facilitate, make sure they don't shoot each other.
There you go.
Or if they do, no.
But that's what it's all about. It's just having fun and doing all that. So. Older kids, there's gonna be fun stuff for you too. You don't have to walk around going,
right?
No, it's gonna be everybody,
right?
So. And I would imagine too is what happens, especially with your teenage youth, probably that are regular members of the church and attend the classes and things like that. They're probably your leaders out there, and
they're helping serve with us and helping clean up, pick up, take care of the families that are out there.
Sure.
So, and I'm sure they're excited. They're inviting their friends for the giveaways, like we're giving away a Switch.
I was about to say, you got some cool giveaways here. So if you need incentive to come out, you're giving out like 6 Nintendo Switches.
Yeah. So we're doing
other prizes.
We're doing an Easter egg hunt. We're doing over 20,000 Easter eggs.
Okay.
So that if anybody's wondering, that's just a lot of eggs.
It is. But Church on the Move has a lot of acreage to hide 20,000 eggs.
We have the space to put those eggs out. There's no doubt.
You got the acres to hide that many eggs.
And the egg hunt is for kids who are 12 and under.
Okay.
And we've got a really cool system so that the little kids don't get trampled on by the bigger kids.
Gotcha. Do you get the parents that like sit in the corner with their little kids? Hey, look over there! Look over there! You always see that at a few Easter eggs.
I would assume there's going to be that.
There's always a parent going over there, under the hat.
Dressed up like the Easter Bunny, trying to masquerade.
Right.
We're over here.
And there will be a bunch of kids in every age group that will have an opportunity to win a Switch.
Cool.
So it's not just like we're not laying the Switch out in the middle of the field, obviously, or putting it in a big egg.
Odds are pretty good that Switch going to get broke by the time that you know what I mean. If it was the actual Switch, there's a Switch, go get it. Yeah,
that's a big egg.
Something's happening. That's not good. Yeah,
something's going to happen. But the eggs will be out there, and so everybody's got a chance to win a Switch here. And I know I don't have kids, so I know about it. I know the Nintendo Switch is like the newest gaming system that everyone's into. It's kind of like the Wii was, I don't know, 10 years ago. I'm so out of touch.
Yeah, me and you both. I'm not much of a gamer.
But I know the Switch is like the new one.
It's fun,
because it goes from like portable to the big TVs and back,
you can take it with you.
Yeah,
I've seen my kids. I've seen other kids, older teenagers on it, and it's just we've competed for years, me and my son, and it's nice because it's more family friendly too. Like there's a lot of games.
The games are more family.
Yeah, you can connect with the whole family.
It's not all about fighting, some warlord or something. It's like, flying or missions and things.
Funner things.
Yeah, stuff that are more family.
Right.
You don't have to explain stuff to kids. Why is that? No,
What's the disclaimer on this?
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys are out. Well, pretty much completely out of my realm. My son plays a lot of video games, but I really have no clue.
I don't play a lot of games and stuff, but I'm a radio guy. I know a little bit about a lot of stuff. I know a lot about nothing. That's kind of how I work. So so I know,
I do the parental reviews for content, and then that's pretty much where it stops.
It's tough now because I keep getting beat by my son. I mean, he's just gotten better. I'm like, man, how are you getting so good? He's like, well, he doesn't have a job. And
he's got lots of time to practice.
Time spent is time earned.
You're not lying. Right. That does it. Many hours. And
right.
And that's why they got the people making careers out of this now, because they work so many hours, and next thing you know, they're making pretty good money, actually. I'm like, dang, I should have paid more attention to those games.
I want to be a gamer for my career. What is that? What do you mean?
I don't know, but they're all rich. So.
Right.
So in addition to the Switches, we're giving away tons of candy.
Yes.
It's a guarantee your kid will get chocolate wasted.
There you go. So
that's going to happen.
If you go away hungry or needing in candy or sweets, it's your own fault.
It's on you. Yeah. That's completely on you. Yeah.
And there's real food there too. So if you're thinking, well, I'm not going to load up on candy, I need to get some substance. We got all the food trucks are going to be there doing their thing. So
that's right.
So you can get real food and then load up on the junk food.
And everything is free that evening except for the food trucks.
Yeah, bring your own money for the food trucks because those are businesses trying to make a living.
That's
what they
exactly
do.
right.
They're feeding their kids and their family with that. But I trust you. You come out there hungry, you will be rewarded for your taste buds.
Right.
Man, these food trucks locally now are getting good.
It's unreal, right?
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's literally that cordon bleu Michelin style cooking that you get from like guys like Anthony. I mean, that's the thing, man. These guys are getting that Michelin level style.
Yeah,
cooking.
you're looking for stars as you're walking up onto a food truck. Like, man, this stuff is so good.
And they're working on truck full burgers and things that you actually want to eat instead of food you never heard of. It's got a lot of French words in it or something.
Right.
Right.
And you're like, this good. And that's what they're doing. So do you have a couple of, or know some of the food trucks are going to be on hand, or some of the ones that are agreed to participate?
Yes. So there's a new food truck out there that will be shortly making its.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Mr. T's.
Okay.
Mr. T's will be there.
Nice.
We also had we've got there's a snow cone truck that's going to be out there.
Traditionally, I think I want a taco truck, I'm sure. But not just, I mean, these are like crazy good tacos.
Trucks.
Usually some barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one. I know we have one barbecue place coming out.
Okay.
We would just went over all these names.
Yeah, there was like 7, 8 of them, something like that.
Well, see, that's the thing, because it's actually like back when COVID started, and Church on the Move was doing their food truck Fridays there for a little bit, and we had some great food trucks that come through. But I'm not going to lie, since the couple years since that's happened, it's exploded. There's about, I don't know, a bunch other food trucks that have surfaced there, and they're all bringing their A game.
We passed 2 coming in this morning. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're getting ready for food truck Fridays out here on Main Street.
It was crazy.
Yeah. And and I mean, from Cajun food to Italian to Mexican to barbecue to sweet stuff.
They found their niche for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're bringing their A game, and it's good stuff. So come sample some of that. Even if you don't have kids, and you're like, well, I don't care about paintball and Wii's or switches or any of that stuff. But I do love some food. Then come out, make it date night. Come out, have a meal. Come walk around, come meet some of the folks, and I know this. If you're older and don't have kids and stuff, sometimes hanging out with young people makes you feel younger. So coming out and seeing the kids playing and stuff, it'll be good for your own soul a little bit.
Great, safe, family-friendly environment. You know, we always provide that.
Absolutely.
Sheriff's Department's always good to to give us a hand with that. Yeah.
Not that that's a problem. Most people behave themselves and doing their thing, but they're there just to...
No doubt, but they're also to help direct traffic
That's
and make sure that people don't go blowing through Brasher Road.
Trust me, if you want to know where the food is, Sheriff will tell you. Sheriff will be like, I got you covered. It's over. Even though he's on keto and losing weight and all that, he still likes smelling it. So
Right. I've seen him break keto a couple of times at a church event.
I'll call him out next hour. He's on next hour.
I heard you said he's coming in here next, so we'll harass him on the way
Keto or
out.
taquito? Maybe. Okay, so I don't know.
How do I get that done?
Yeah, that's the one I was
want to be
looking
on the
for.
keto diet.
That's great stuff. But we're also giving away like free cotton candy, free popcorn.
Okay.
I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff we got going on too.
Literally, it is your own fault if you walk away hungry.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And that's great, but it's a come and go. 5:30, 8:30 is kind of the window for that for next Friday night. So if you don't get off work till 5:36, no problem. Come whenever you guys are available. Come and walk and come check it out. Come ready to have games. Come ready to, and that's the great thing about it. Like if you kind of want to make it a family night and day night, you could do that because
Absolutely.
it's a family friendly environment. You'd be like, all right, kids, go off and run and have fun because they can run around that whole place and they're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Right.
And how often do you get to see a zebra?
Yeah, exactly. And
Or a
then
yak.
and then maybe mom and dad
Or a
can
yak.
stroll around and walk through the petting zoo and maybe have a nice. And so you can do all that. And then, all right, we're going to meet back in 20 minutes and we're going to do a family dinner over here. I mean, you can make it a whole thing. Make it your own event as
sure.
a family as part
Absolutely.
of that
Right.
too. That's what this is for. It's all about family, fellowship, and celebrating God.
That's right.
And that's all we're doing Friday night. And love to have you come. It doesn't. Like I said, it's all free unless you want to buy something for the food trucks here, and I hope you do that. So bring a couple bucks for dinner and support these food trucks because, again, these are all local mom and pop businesses just making Roswell better and serving you food that you're going to love. I'm telling you, food trucks are – if you haven't, like, dabbled in food truckery – I don't know if that's a word, but we're going to go with that.
We'll go with it. Yeah.
You're going to be pleasantly surprised if you're a foodie because if you're thinking like the days of the Roach Coach, it's way I'm a Roach Coach fan, by the way. Back in the day,
I couldn't see what was going in. It tasted really good.
I was in the military. I visited many a Roach Coach at
better than an MRE, right?
That's right. Got a burrito. And, all right, we're good. But now it's the tag Roach Coach is they're probably fancier in some brick and mortar restaurants now than some of these food trucks and stuff. So
For sure.
yeah. So if and don't forget it's an Easter weekend.
That's right.
So we want to invite families out and everything to come out for Good Friday at Church on the Move there. 901 West Brasher.
901 West Brasher. He's right down there by the post office.
Yeah.
On Brasher between Main and Sunset.
Yeah.
You can't miss it.
Right across the street from Valley Cafe.
There you go. There you go.
Right.
Just in case we didn't talk enough about food, right?
That's exactly right. Some of the games too, Mike, are going to be pretty unique, not normal stuff you see. We've got this huge like this foam gun that shoots these towers of foam, and the kids just you get out there and
is that like a more advanced? Like we had silly string. You remember
that?
Is this like a more advanced
absolutely-
version of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
it's
this
like
thing's
that on Red Bull. Or,
Okay.
so cool.
Red
Bang,
Bull
or-
silly
yeah.
string. Okay.
And we've got the big roller balls. The kids getting the ball, like
roll
inside
around.
the ball, and
Yeah.
knock each other down. That
So
sort
these are
of
big
thing.
games and little.
Yeah.
So it's really
Mazes. Now that I'm talking about it, man, there's been a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
We are going to have a lot of fun.
It's like a carnival out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so it's a big family. Please make plans to attend. Bring your family. You got your 1 week notice right here. Next Friday night, Good Friday, from 5:30 to 8:30 at Church on the Move, 901 West Brasher. It's on the south end. If you know where Brasher Road is, it's that stretch of Brasher between Main and Sunset. That's right in that stretch there, and Church on the Move's got much of that property is there, part of their church. Of course, the 180 building and Valley Cafe right across the street there. So you can't miss it. Right all there. Too.
That's
Just
right.
Find a parking spot anywhere in that area and then get out, walk, and you'll start tripping over food trucks and everything before you know it.
We'll have a ton of parking, best parking situation we've ever had.
Absolutely.
Be a ton of parking out there, and it'll be super easy to navigate. So,
Very good.
Yeah. Come out and we'll help you.
This is one thing. If you've never been to a Church on the Move event before, their congregation comes out in force to make sure that logistics, everything is smooth as butter. So if you get turned around or get lost or not sure where to go, there's always someone within feet to tell you exactly where you need to be. So
no doubt, we got the best church family in the world, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
People are incredible.
When you're done celebrating and having fun Friday night, we'd like to invite you back Sunday morning as well, too, because, again, as we started this conversation, the real reason we're doing all this is Easter Sunday, celebrating the biggest moment in Christianity, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And so we'd like to invite you out because, it is a church, and that's what we do. We celebrate God in church.
Yeah,
and so
definitely.
this is the biggest moment in Christianity. You bet there's going to be a celebration of that on Sunday.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
right. So pastor's sermon that Sunday, Easter Sunday, is "It's all about Jesus," and
we're going to talk about this. I would laugh really hard. You'd be like, this is the day we're going to focus on the other disciples.
on Peter.
The name of the message is literally "It's all about Jesus." So message will be great. We have three service times: 9, 10:45, and 12:30.
Okay, so if you're an early bird, you can get up. But if you like to sleep in a little bit,
Right, and go catch breakfast.
You had a late night of fun and family stuff, then you want to sleep in a little bit, then come a little later. And
That's right. And those
sure.
are our normal service times: 9, 10:45, and 12:30.
Very good.
And we'll have a big baptism service mixed in with our service.
Okay.
And
is that
so,
popular where a lot of families would like to have their children baptized on Easter? Is that a...
it has been traditionally, right?
Is it, I didn't know if that was a tradition or
something.
something.
We're like 50-something right now.
Yeah, we'll baptize well over 100 people every year.
I didn't realize that was something people did, but I like it. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's incorporated within the service, and we've got a whole system for that, and so our church family that have recently given their hearts to Christ and ready to take that next step, man, they'll be getting baptized on Sunday.
That's right. We'll be cranking them out and making new Christians. It's a Christian factory on Sunday.
Right. And our kids ministry does a great job. Jim, every kid will leave with a chocolate Easter bunny.
Nice.
You
get dunked in the water. That's they don't understand what they're doing sometimes, and they're like, "Why'd you put me in the water?" Here's the chocolate. Okay, we're good.
I guess that could be a deal.
Well, like the younger, they may not fully understand yet why you're dunking them in the water. As they get older, it's like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Why are you doing it? But then they understand. Baptismals are one of the coolest things to watch as far as Christian ceremonies and things, but I love it because they're actually two very different. Like if you're doing with the infants and stuff, it's a very different ceremony than when you're doing it with an adult, or you know what I mean.
That's typically where we're going with ours. Typically, I mean, we're seeing more
don't
adults
fully understand what's going on. It's the parents and everything else, but when an adult consciously makes that decision to come to Christ, I'm not saying this. I'm not trying to say a baby's not special. I mean, it is. But when someone consciously is making that decision, it's a little bit more special.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they walked a path. They didn't like that path.
Making the decision.
Yeah. Whereas as a baby, we're bringing them in the fold of God as early as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a great thing.
So we follow. Surprise! It's about Jesus Easter weekend, right? Mm-hmm. So we follow what the same example that happened with Jesus. We at church, we have our babies dedicated.
Okay.
So we do baby dedications, and then when people are of age where they do understand what's going on,
so it's got to be
that's when they're
personal,
baptized. Yeah, that's right.
You're making them commit and saying you're going to have to take that step forward. We're going to be on the side to reach for you, but we want you to make that first step on your own.
Exactly right. Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's Christianity, because God's just saying, you're in the club. All I'm asking you to do is believe.
Yeah.
And
walk in obedience. Yeah.
And in essence, by being baptized and you willfully saying, I want to be baptized, that's what you're saying, is you're saying, I want to be in, I'm taking that step forward. And so yeah, I get it. The symbolism there, or the path over makes very, very much sense. And that's probably why I said I think I appreciate it a little bit more, because it is not that ceremonies, tradition, very much important. I was baptized as an infant and things like that, but I also, as an adult growing up, when you earn it yourself, when you walk the path, you take much more ownership into that. So definitely. I think someone that's willingly taking that step is going to take more ownership in their relationship with Christ than someone that was just handed that opportunity, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just a public profession of faith. Letting everybody know, hey, I'm ready to take this step. I want everybody to know, man, Jesus has loved me, and now I'm ready to love him and give my life to him.
Absolutely.
So it is baptism's a very special deal, and everybody in the Easter services will get to observe all of the baptisms.
Okay.
So we've got
celebrate it together like a family.
Yeah, we will be able to, and there'll be other stuff going on at the same time. So it's interesting. If you just have to come check it out for yourself.
Is it almost like I'm going to say a 3-ring circus? But I mean, does it get like that sometimes? There's just so much going on, and
for those of us who are working behind the scenes, sometimes it feels like that.
I would imagine.
But we've got a really coordinated. Looks nice and smooth from a congregation member standpoint.
It's the duck on the water analogy there. It's just like that, where you guys see the duck on top of the water, and it just looks like it's chilling on the top of the water. These guys are behind the scene going 100 miles an hour into the water line with those legs.
That's true. We see you do a lot of paddling under the water.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So, and of course, if you're looking for a church home and you're thinking, maybe you're new to the area, or maybe, for whatever reasons you've stepped away and you're looking to get back to a church home or back to closer to God, come on out. Come Friday. Come this weekend.
Yeah,
you don't have to wait
come
till
this
next
Sunday.
weekend.
Yeah, we've got a big invite weekend this up and coming weekend, as a matter of fact, for Palm Sunday.
Great. Yeah,
and
come on out.
Yeah, we'd love to have come one, come all.
Come and meet everybody, and if you've never been to it, it's a beautiful facility. You guys have a lot of amenities, a lot of opportunities for things for your family outside of your Sunday service as well too. So if you're looking for a real church home with family and classes and opportunities to grow as a family, through the youth stuff, through the your adult stuff, Church on the Move has a lot to offer you. So come see it for yourself.
Yeah, we'd absolutely love to have you. Pastor Tim, man, he's been at the church for I don't even know how many years. It's
since 97,
greatest majority of his life, no doubt.
Wow.
20-something.
Now, have you been youth pastor that whole time? Or?
Past 19 years.
19, so almost a good look at that.
So
that's great.
Since 2003.
Now I'm curious, does a youth pastor have a different mindset than, because obviously you're ministering.
Sure.
But your message has to be simplified, you know what I mean? Because you're talking to younger kids and their grasp of things may not be. So do you find, because I know my wife's a second grade teacher.
Okay.
And she hits me sometimes with her second grade teacher, like how she talks to those kids. She hits me with. I was just wondering, do you ever find yourself in circles where you're talking with these guys, and you're like, oh, I'm talking to adults now, I don't have to talk, in child.
There's definitely a transition. But teenagers are dealing with a lot of the same stuff. I mean, relationships are king when
and you
it comes
probably
to
talk to them
people.
more like adults anyway, as teenagers.
Yeah, and I try to, because we want to grow them up and help them see that, hey, we're called to be different, you know, and so it's not just going to be different as a teenager. You're going to be grow this into your adulthood, take this into life, and so if we can help them manage relationships better now, then hopefully they come as adults and are managing them better then, and then ultimately helping the family as a whole. It's like, man, you know what? Okay, I'm not making some of the same mistakes that maybe my parents made, or maybe some of my, just family has made, cousins, grandparents, whatever, and not getting involved in the same things. I'm learning from a distance or watching, hey, this is, again, some of the things that they shouldn't have done before. So now I'm making better choices. So that's the goal. And of course, kids are concerned about money and things like that, like adults, but obviously not in the same respect because they're not having to support the home. But they're thinking about it, and whether or not we say that, oh, well, it's not a factor in their mind, they're watching what's coming in and going into the house. So
well, you and the parents and everything, you're preparing them to be those adults.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, that's what this is. I mean, it's when we talk about youth pastoring, you're preparing them for the spiritual side of becoming adults. And a lot of that crosses the same circles as what the parents are teaching in the physical responsibility side, because, Christian values go hand in hand with a lot of those values.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, that's kind of where you're catching them at that point where they're hitting those crossroads, hitting those paths. It's like, do I go this direction in here, or do I follow the path of some other people that looks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're showing them the road less traveled. I was trying to get that out without stammering through it. But you're kind of you're steering them that direction, and that part, especially teenagers.
They're hungry for identity. Yeah. They're looking to kind of find out who they are. Do I fit into this group? Do I fit into this group? And ideally, if we can help them see that, hey, find your identity in Christ.
Yeah.
Find it in Him, and so you're not looking for it in the world. You're not getting your validation from the world. We're not striving for acceptance from the world. Hey, we're going to stand out. We're going to be different. But so did Christ. So did the apostles, and so the church was designed to stand out. We weren't designed to fit in, but at the same time, bring them in. Love them all.
Sure.
Absolutely. The best and the worst of them.
And then when they become adults, and whatever paths they do go with, raising families and careers and things like that, they're going to have better tools and better assets and better abilities to cope and manage with whatever obstacles come. Even if it isn't directly Christian related, it is. They'll realize it is on the back. You know what I mean? It's just okay, on the surface it doesn't look like that. But then you go to your Christian values, you go to the things you taught, you're like, it's very much that. This is, that's, and you apply that, and you're like, okay, this is how I navigate through this.
Right. So. And we're called to take our beliefs and, not check them at the business door, to bring them into every part of life. And Scripture calls us, to work as unto Christ, not as unto the boss or the, whatever the situation is, the administration of any sorts. Hey, I'm just take my beliefs, and that way, if other people are not working as hard, I'm still going to work hard, because I'm not working for that guy. I'm working for Christ. I'm working for the kingdom rather than the system, the world system. So
absolutely. I just saw the time. We got to shut up.
That flies by.
I looked up and I said, "Oh man, it's almost 8 o'clock."
All of our lives.
Is it already then?
Yeah. So, want to remind everybody, next weekend, Good Friday, come on out, Church on the Move. We'd love to invite you out to your Good Friday family night, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Church on the Move, 901 West Brasher. It's going to be full of petting zoo, games, Easter egg hunt, win great prizes like the Nintendo Switches, candy. There's going to have a ton of food trucks. There's going to be all kinds of fun games, entertainment, just a family night of fun. Come on out, bring the whole family. Doesn't cost a dime unless you want to purchase some food items from the food truck, but the games, the Jolly Jumps, the egg hunt, all of that stuff completely free. And then come on out Sunday morning. Love to have you out for Easter services. Again, you can choose between 9 a.m., 10:45, or 12:30 p.m. They're all identical, so you're not missing anything. But if you want to come and get both, come for the fellowship in between. And it's Church on the Move. If you can't find food at that place, you know what I mean?
You're not looking, right?
You're not looking.
There's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that.
And just come and like I said, if you're looking for a new church home or have questions, right, come on by the church. Come by this weekend. Call. Find Church on the Move on Facebook. You can go, and matter of fact, and you can if you're looking for that new church home, and you can go to the website, maybe see some of the sermons online and things.
Absolutely,
and kind of learn more about what the church does. Church on the Move on Facebook. What's the actual website address?
COTMRoswell.com.
I thought that was it, but I didn't want to say it. I always botch stuff.
That's a great memory, Mike. You remember that,
yeah. That's or just be like, just Google Church on the Move Roswell. It'll pop right up.
Yeah. That's right.
Very good. Is there anything we missed we wanted to get?
No, I think we covered it all, Mike.
Big day this Sunday. Good Friday, and then Easter.
Come on out for Palm Sunday weekend here, and come. And if you're looking for a church home, please come visit. You'll find a bunch of people that would love to have you. So.
Absolutely, our doors are open to everyone.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon, and thanks for what you do. And I'm surprised you're not fatter, to be honest. You guys are within walking distance of Anthony's food all the time. I'd be in trouble if I was that close to it all the time. I'm not going to lie.
We're not saying it's not a struggle for sure.
That soup alone, the chicken cordon bleu soup. He could sell nothing else but that, and I'd be okay with that. I'll still go there. You only got one thing, fine, I'll take it.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Mike.
We'll see you next time.